Hello everyone, today I have a video on how to change between minor and major keys. So first I'm going to do a minor key to a major key and then vice versa. They're pretty much the same, it's just slightly different. Okay, so I am going to take G minor because I like G minor. So just going over the chord. The basic triad. But then if you notice, if you make it a G minor 7 chord, and then you take off the root, it's actually a B flat major, which is G minor's relative minor, or relative major. G minor is B flat's relative minor. B flat is G minor's relative major. That's slightly confusing. Okay, so basically relative minors is the Aeolian mode. So if you have, just take C major, the sixth of it, because that's Aeolian, it goes Dorian, Dorian, Phrygian. I'm going the wrong way though. Okay, so Ionic, the 8th or the root. So, and then it goes to Dorian, and then Phrygian, and then Mixolydian, then Lydian, then let's see, what would it be like? Okay, whatever. The sixth of it is the sixth of a major key is always going to be the relative minor. So in the case of C major, it's A minor. I was trying to put in some crazy logic to it that does make sense if you understand it, but it's difficult to explain. Okay, so minor to major, so you're playing over G minor just how you normally would. And then I have a D and F here from going over to the 7th of it. I was in G minor 7 and then I went up to the A flat. Probably shouldn't have for the sake of this video, but whatever. And then I still had the 5th and the 7th from the G minor 7, so I put in the B flat over it. And then I went down a whole step to make it an A flat major. And then down a half step to make it back into G minor. In case you want to, that would be how you do a quick interlude into a major key. But if you want to stay in a major key, then I recommend you go into the relative major. So and then you can bring it up like a half step from wherever you want, and it would still have it be major. So like if I wanted to bring it up directly from the relative major, it would be kind of weird because then it would be B natural major, and that has a lot of sharps that I don't want to think about. So instead I'm in B flat major, and I went down a whole step to the A flat major like I did earlier. And then from there I'm going to bring it up a half step because only 3 sharps is much better than 5. Three sharps is still more than I would like, but whatever. That's how you go from minor to a major, and then major to a minor. Let's say I was doing G minor, which is 2 flats, so let's do 2 sharps. D major. And then you notice the 4th of it, you can bring into, oh, I'm not going to do that, relative minor first probably. The relative minor of D major is B minor. So then if you want to do it kind of elegantly, you just work your way up a scale. And then from there you can go down a half step to make it in flats or sharps or whatever you want. Okay, something else for this works for changing into any key you want. There are two things actually that will do this. One is chromatics. So say you're in C minor, and you want to be in like, what's something funky? F sharp major. Then you can go chromatically up from like, I'm going to do it from the D, because that's about a good distance. It's used a lot more in jazz, so, and I'm not really, I don't do a lot of jazz on piano, so this is going to be a bit challenging for me. Okay, now out of that horrible 7 sharp key signature, that was bad. Okay, another thing is the 2-5-1 chord progression. So, say you're in G minor, or C major will make it easier. And so C major is obviously the root, C is the root. And then, so you want to leave C major for a while, maybe go to like G major. But then you want to be in, say, B flat major. You go to the second of B flat, which is C major. And then the 5th of B flat, because it's a 2-5-1. And then back down to the root, which in this case would be B flat. And then that kind of flowed kind of nicely. Well, it didn't because I did it poorly, but normally it flows pretty nicely. And then doing the same thing from minor to major. So you're in natural minor, or relative minor of C major is A minor. I'm gonna be going into, how about, let's see, I just went into F minor, so let's go to, how about D minor? And then the second of D is E, so I'm going to go into E major, because the first chord, if you're going from, wait, no. I'm going to major, so why did I say D minor? Let's say D major. Okay, and then because you're going into a major from a minor, the first chord is going to be minor because that matches what you were playing more. So E minor would be... And then the 5th of D is A, so, but then it's closer to the D major that you're changing into, so I'm going to make it an A major. And then it should be fairly natural, just slide into the D. And then chromatically going from a minor to a major. So let's say A minor again. And then I want to be in, I'm just going to go out into all kinds of keys for a second. I want to be in B minor, so. And then back down to A minor. And then down to G major. And then into something that would contradict C major. How about D major? That's the simplest. And I already have the D from the G chord, so make it a G like 9. A G major 9. Because of the 7th. And then go from the A to the C chromatically. And then if you want to go back into the A, you can go down chromatically from the C. And that's really all there is to it. That is actually something I could explain, I think, better than some of my previous videos. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.